everybody. It's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another Redstone tutorial. What I got for you today is probably the one of the more efficient style when it comes to not breaking farms out there. And it is completely hands off. You don't even have to be, you just have to be in the area for it to work. So, what am I talking about? A shulker farm. Now, I got this one set up so that the golems will not do anything because they can't hit the shulkers. And the shulkers, if they are out there, they're not going to do anything. But as soon as I flip this, they're going to start. But I have I have them where they drop their loot. That's turned off at the moment because you don't have to have just a single set. You can have it a lot bigger. This is 16. Now, on average, this setup, each section will produce approximately 80 shells per hour. And that's per section. So that will produce 80. That one, that one, that one. They will all end up producing 80. So let's just turn that one off so that we can come up here. Now, what I mean by don't have to be in the area is because I've got mob spawning turned off, so this will turn it on, move me up to 500 blocks, and then set a redstone block onto this command block, which then will just teleport all the shells to me. Now, none of these golems, I've been running this for hours and hours. None of the golems have died. So that's the advantage to this. So if I hit the button, boom, now we have spawning. As you can see, we are getting shells. And yeah, some of it does take a while, but I am way out of simulation distance for things like mob spawning. But because I'm in the area, things will be able to work. So as long as you are within the proper simulation distance horizontally, you could be as vertically as you want. So you could actually build this farm from floor level, bedrock level, all the way down to let's see here, all the way down, all the way up to sky limit, and you will never have any, and you'll be getting 80 shells per hour per farm. I had originally did 4, then I was like, you know what? Let's just make it 16, a 4 by 4, a 2 by 2 by 4. So yeah, that's what we got. Now, in here, we have a lone shulker just floating there. Now, the reason why this shulker is right here is because he's in the middle, dead middle of this entire glass box. This inside of that glass box is any block that is touching this section is where this shulker can teleport to. Now, there's certain caveats on when it comes to for them teleporting. One is that it has to be a solid block. So, if you, I usually use in my if you guys don't know, I use a lot of just iron blocks, but that's just because it's a nice block to see. But any block here that a shulker can teleport to, he will teleport to if it's within that range. And because that one's not, he can't teleport to it. So a full solid block, doesn't matter what it is, has to be a full solid block. Which means, unlike on Java, soul sand, they will teleport to soul sand. Now, when it comes to them duplicating, they have a check range. And the check range is barely outside of where each of these cells are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. in between each cell. So they are not detecting those ones. This guy's not detecting those guys. These guys aren't detecting there because we've got 4 blocks up. It's a fairly small area, but it's large enough that they can do it. And as you see, they're constantly going. Now, for for them to be able to do it, I think that guy was just bad. Okay, yeah, that one just lost interest in the one that he was working at. Oh, yeah. Occasionally you get a double, but that's fine. They're not going. It's not going to break the farm or anything. And just think of it as a bonus shell. But yeah, now to duplicate a shulker must have been hit by one of their bullets, and there's a chance for them to teleport. And when they teleport, they will duplicate. Now, because of how this is set up, these guys will always but the thing is they can't be closed. So this formation right here will allow them to constantly hit the shulker behind them to so that they do not so they don't ever have to risk not creating a shulker once it happens. And they're all the same way. So that's the nice thing. It's a very simple build. You don't have to block it off like I did that one. But that one was specifically blocked off so I could show you guys the how to that just it works either way. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get to building this thing. Okay, guys, we're back, and everything we need to build this is actually in my inventory. So, let's take a look. What we're going to need is about a half a stack of glass, 4 blocks of snow, 2 pumpkins, 2 shulkers, 8 slabs, 4 or 6, depending on how you have it set up, of blocks that create a a non-teleporting condition on a solid block, and 2 solid blocks. So once you get all that, and that is per cell. So that if you want to build that, take this and add well, every time you add a cell, increase the amount of this. So there's a very specific order that you put the mobs in. So first off, let's build the shulker container. So from wherever you're at, you're going to put in 2 blocks, and we're just going to make a corner. We're just going to do this, and then we're just going to come out at an angle and do the same thing. That one needs to be right here. There we go. Yep. All right. So now, and it doesn't matter what side these are on, but we just got to make sure that our solid blocks are next to this 2x2 area, and they are on opposite corners, but in the same rotation. Then you're going to grab your non-spawnable block, your non-teleporting block, the block that's just pretty much going to stop the teleportation. I'm using buttons. Now, you could actually not have to have them. You can have it all like this and have it all nice and open. But but for the collection. Now, I chose to have it covered up so that I am able to do better control. But that's me, and I'm crazy like that. So you don't have to have it like that, but you can. But so I'm actually going to have it like that. Then we're going to add a block here and a block here. And then we're just going to fill this top part in with glass. Now, grab your shulkers. Now, if you want to protect yourself, easy way to do it is to take something that's quick and easy to break, like a slime block, a honey block, a moss block, something that doesn't cause that you can break instantly, and place it in there. Now, if you want to get your shulkers in there easy, just take 2 solid blocks and make sure that all the sides here are non-teleportable, and run an activator rail all the way so that they will be dropped off right onto this block, and get them close by and just place them there. It's going to take them a bit, but make sure you're not in the area, because as soon as they teleport, they're going to teleport in here. And I can't put that. See, and now this slime block should have been here. Should have spawn proofed that. If they teleport to the slime block like that, that's not going to matter, because once those slime blocks break, they're going to reset. So as you see, they're in there, and their heads are opening up in opposite directions. That's fine. Now we can take this out, and then we're going to take and put a slab here, 2 slabs, put a glass, and we're just going to encase this just bare minimum. Put a temporary block down and a slab there. Now take your 2 snow, stack them up, and boom, snow golem, cover it up. Get your shulkers in before you get your golems in, because the golems will target the closest shulker. So again, make sure that you get these in here. Boom. 1. 2 layers of snow, shulker, snow golem. Boom. And then just break and break. Now these guys will be shooting at the snow golems, and then find the quickest path. We can try to figure out the quickest path, which is actually sending it back. And the momentum is going to take him to here. But because this guy's open, he's going to get hit. And it's just going to keep going, and then you're just going to get shells dropping. They're going to keep going until, well, you're done. Now, types of collection you could use is what here. I'm just using a simple little water setup to try to consolidate the huge stack down to a small water stream, which I would keep at the very bottom, far enough away from these guys to do any teleportation. And then have them all conjoined into one massive collection system. And then they'll just keep going and going and going. And like I said, these guys produce about 80 shells per hour. So that's 40 40 each. And yes, I know there is ones that produce more shells, but those ones usually require the player to be involved. This is a player-less design. So that's the only advantage to this, is you're not even going to be here. You don't have to actually sit here and wait. You could actually build this, run around the area, keeping it loaded, and just keep getting the shells. And that's the whole premise behind it. Boom, shells. And then you use them all to craft up your shulker boxes. Now, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment section. If it's a major issue, I recommend joining my Discord. Link to that will be in the description. A special thanks to Judgment for supporting me on Patreon. And, well, you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.